In this module, we'll be talking about the pre-production and planning for your event. Preparation for your event is incredibly important. The more time and care you take preparing, the less stress you will have down the track, especially if things don't go exactly to plan. Depending on the size of your event, you may want to form a project group to help keep things moving and on track. This should involve members from your youth reference group, but it could also involve your centre manager, a community awareness worker or similar role, a representative from your lead agency. It is best to nominate one person, usually the community awareness worker or centre manager, as the project leader and main contact.
Yeah, so when we're planning events, it's always good to look at what templates you have available to use. The templates we use, we kind of look at what time frame is the event going to be, so what's the lead-in time, who needs to be involved, how many people need to be involved, do you set up a little subcommittee just for that event where you get some interested community partners, interested youth reference group members and meet on a regular basis, or is that something that you do face-to-face, or is that something you can do online? So using a template kind of helps keep you focused for what you're doing in the event planning stage, and looking at what resources you need to do, and reflecting also on what those outcomes that you want to achieve at the event. So ensuring that the who, what, how is always included in that. So with us, pre-production kind of looks around what the event is and obviously the scale of that event. So some might require a small lead-in time, some require larger lead-in time. The good thing is if you have, say, a partner that's involved with that, you can kind of divvy out those jobs as well. So you might be co-leading with someone. So it's also then important to making sure that those partners have the right insurances. If it's an outdoor event, is there like a wet weather policy, or even a hot weather policy? Looking at all those little things of trying to troubleshoot what's going to happen and all that stuff, a nice little template or a plan around that keeps you on track and making sure that those things are not forgotten. There's nothing worse than rocking up and you've planned all this outdoor event and you've got no wet weather plan and all that stuff. So yeah.
So when you're planning an event, there's always a process that follows. You've got to keep into mind, what your time frame is, how long do you have to achieve what you want to do. But also keeping in mind, is there a budget involved? What resources do I have? What resources may I need? Whether that's Headspace resources or anything else. But then I think what's really important, whether you're running a Headspace event from your centre or you're partnering with other centres, for us we work really closely with a lot of other services. So knowing what other services are there out in the community, how can we work together? And who's appropriate to come to that event and really provide some information and support for those young people that are there.